Hey, what's up, guys? Today we have a top 10 best primary exotic weapons. In this video, we're going to be talking about what the top 10 best primary exotics are, obviously. This is from a console player's viewpoint, so if anything on this list is bad in PC, I wouldn't know because I play on console. But if I do have a 2 cents of what it's like on PC to use a certain weapon, I'll say something. Let's get right into it. At number 10, we have the Fighting Lion. This is a primary grenade launcher. So what the perk for this is rapidly defeating opponents directly hit with this weapon or dealt damage to will give you a bullet back in your gun. The reason this is number 10 on my list is because it's really easy to end cooch with. You could use a hand cannon or something with quick draw to insta swap to, and you can one tap them. It's really easy to clean up with, and it makes a great combo with other people in team settings because then you could just shoot them once and then your teammate can clean it up. It's very easy to use. It feels good. The handling's nice, and that's why it's at number 10. At number 9, we have the Sarosa Gene. The exotic perk for this is the bottom half of the weapon deals more damage, and then it has a chance to heal you. And then it has 2 additional perks, spinning up and the other one. Spinning up basically means the longer you shoot it, the faster it'll shoot. And then the other one basically makes it a 360 auto rifle, but it deals more damage. The Saros is a nice, reliable gun. It feels good when you're using it. It has good DPS. It melts people. The only issue with it is it's an auto rifle. It doesn't really have peak shot capability. Most of the time, as you can see right here with the Thorn, he could just peek shoot me with his Thorn and just outgun me. But other than that, for an auto rifle, this is probably top of the line. It's very good. At number 8, we have the Vigilance Wing. This is a 5-burst pulse rifle that basically when your teammates die, you benefit from it with movement speed and reload speed and all that fancy shit. Basically, this is nice because it can 2-burst, and it's really nice for clutch situations where if you're the last one alive, you have boosted everything. So it's nice to just clutch up and be the last one alive. It's really nice for getting annihilation clips. Like I said previously, it's really nice to get 2-burst. It's really reliable. It's very good in a range setting. It deals a lot of fucking damage. It basically just melts people. But the issue is, like most pulses, if you get them up close, there's not much this thing can do, especially more than other pulses just because it's such a long burst. This gun is really good to mid-range, the long-range fights, but at close range, it's pretty much screwed, and that's why it's at number 8. At number 7, we have the Crimson. This is a 3-round burst hand cannon. When you get precision kills with this weapon, it'll heal you and refill your entire magazine. This gun is pretty much Red Death, but in D2. The only problem with this, unlike Red Death, it has lack of range, but if you have the Catalyst, it has pretty decent range. At long range fights, this thing lacks, but at mid range to close range, this thing destroys. As you can see, it has a fair amount of range with the Catalyst, but without the Catalyst, it doesn't have a lot of range. But this thing melts, and it gets you good clips, and you can keep pushing through because it'll heal you and fill your magazine. It's very good, and that's why it's at number 7. At number 6, we have the Last Word. The Last Word is a 225 fully automatic hand cannon that fires from the hip. Hip fire precision hits deal more damage with this weapon and increase handling and reload speed while at it. The Last Word is a very fast shooting, reliable hand cannon. It melts enemies at close to mid range. Just like the Crimson, though, unfortunately, it doesn't have a lot of range. This gun is very good if you pair it with a sniper, though. This thing is very good. It melts. It's very reliable. It feels good. And that's why it's at number 6. At number 5, we have the Hawkmoon. The Hawkmoon is a very interesting weapon. The exotic perk for this weapon basically is that for each kill and precision hit you get with this weapon, it'll give you a paracausal shot. And depending on how many paracausal shot charges you have, the last bullet in your magazine will deal bonus damage depending on how many stacks you have. But that's not the only interesting thing about this gun. The cool thing about this gun is that it can get random rolled perks on this weapon from doing the Harbinger mission. The Hawkmoon is an amazing hand cannon, reliable stability, good handling, good range, and then you could even boost these with perks you can get random rolled. The gun is very amazing, it's very reliable. The only issue I have with this gun, and the reason it's at number 5, is because compared to other exotic hand cannons, it only has 1 bullet that boosts the damage on it. So that's the only reason it's at number 5, otherwise this would be higher up on the list. I mean, everything about this gun is perfect. The handling, the stability, and the range, and the fact that you can get random rolls on it is very good. But the exotic perk feels lacking. It is very good, but it's only 1 bullet, and it's easy to screw it up, and that's why it's at number 5. And number 4, we have the Thorn. The Thorn is a 140 hand cannon, and the cool thing about this hand cannon is that it deals poison damage. It ticks for 1 damage per each shot you get on them. But the cool thing is when you get a kill with this hand cannon, it'll drop an old orb called Soul Devour. You can pick this up, and then your poison damage does 7 damage per tick. The Thorn is a very nice, reliable hand cannon. It's very nice that his poison damage this prevents, them from healing, and it makes it easier to make a push, because even if they back off, it'll prevent them from healing. The only thing that could stop them from really even dying to this gun is the fact that, if they have fucking good recovery. But other than that, this gun is very reliable, very good. The only reason it's not higher up on this list is because the stability is a little shaky. This gun is kind of hard to control, but everything else about this gun is very reliable, very good, and that's why it's at number 4. And number 3, we have the Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades is another 140 hand cannon. Reloading after getting a kill with this weapon will give it 6 bonus shots called Memento Mori. The nice thing about this hand cannon is it's got amazing range. This gun's range is insane. Like, it literally has the range of a scout rifle, it feels like. And then to top it all off with this range, you have the damage of a 120 pre-nerf. It's really good. It shoots like a 140, but it deals the damage of a 120. And to top it off, it has the range of a 120. This thing is good, reliable, and the only problem with this gun is the stability. It kicks real hard. It kicks even harder than the Thorn. But the reason why it's above the Thorn is because it doesn't have a damage perk that only lasts 7 seconds. You can keep this damage perk as long as you want. It's only 6 bullets, but you can keep getting kills with these 6 bullets and keep refilling it over and over. This gun is very reliable, has good range, and like I said, it's like having a 120 pre-nerf. That shoots fast. At number 2, we have the Dead Man's Tale. The Dead Man's Tale is a scout rifle that comes with random rolls like the Hawkmoon. The exotic perk for this weapon is the chaining precision hits increases next precision hits damage. The really cool thing about this weapon, though, is the catalyst. The catalyst increases hip fire rate of fire and makes it precision accurate. The Dead Man's Tale is pretty much the scout rifle version of the last word, but it shoots slower. But on the upside, this gun also deals bonus damage. The fact that you can have bonus damage with precision accuracy at a good range with high rate of fire is insane. The only downside I see to this weapon is that the shots feel a little buggy, like they don't register as much. The sights are a little buggy, like you have to put the sights a little above their head. That's the only thing I see wrong with this weapon. On PC, this gun is god tier, like precision accurate on PC. On controller, I have a hard time controlling my aim while hip firing, as you can see. My aim's a little shaky on controller, but on PC, this thing is literally tormenting people. I don't know, this thing's really good, precision accurate, a high rate of fire, and good range with good damage, and that's why it's at number 2. And finally, at number 1, we have the Vex Mythoclast. The Vex Mythoclast came out of the Vault of Glass raid as a random drop. The cool thing about this gun is it's not really a fusion rifle, it's actually a 360 auto rifle with an alternative firing mode. When you get 2 kills with this weapon, you get 3 linear fusion shots. Ever since the buff to this weapon has been made, it's been tormenting the meta in PvP. This gun is very good, it melts at good range, and with the catalyst it only needs 4 precision hits to kill somebody. I unfortunately don't have the catalyst, but you can still see this thing still destroys people. The aim assist and tracking on the fucking linear fusion mode is insane. I was shooting people's feet and it was hitting headshots. This gun is very good, it melts, and then top it off, you also have an alternative sniper, which means that you can run a shotgun with this weapon and not worry about giving up range. This gun is very good, it melts, and it's almost unbeatable in a one-on-one gunfight, and that's why it's at number 1. Alright guys, that's going to be the end of the video. That's my top 10 best primary exotics. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd like to see what your guys' top 10s and what your opinions would be on these weapons. Personally, I think I did a pretty good job, but I'd like to see your opinion. If you want to see more live gameplay like this, check me out on Twitch. And yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. See you in the next one.